Hey everybody, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, welcome. Today we are talking about law of action. It's one of the 12 universal laws, and it works right along with the law of attraction. But first we're going to start with some announcements. First of all, we do have someone in-house today. Hi Mary, thank you for being here. We do this every Sunday at noon Central Standard Time, unless it's Central Daylight Time, but we'll get to that later. So make sure that you tune in and join us on Universal Awareness Facebook page. I'm looking at my notes here, sorry. This Wednesday, I just wanted to let you know there is no Women's Advanced Energy class because instead we are having the New Moon Spirit Circle. So that will be it's normally at 6:30. So we're going to have that at 6:30 on Wednesday at the Universal Awareness Fellowship office. And those are my two announcements for now. Karadak is on her way back to Wisconsin, so yay, we're welcoming her back this week. And with that, we're going to move on to intentions. And I'd like to start out intentions today talking about our homeless friends. There are a lot of homeless people in the Milwaukee area, and there is a group that I have donated to and have intended to work with, but yet have not stepped up to do that. Law of action, right? And that would be the Street Angels of Milwaukee. They're out there taking care of our homeless friends. They're collecting donations. They're feeding people, finding places for people to stay when it gets cold. We have a snowstorm apparently coming in starting this evening and going through Tuesday morning. So let's put some action into that and start taking care of our homeless friends, make sure that they have what they need. For personally, I would like to send out intentions for Logan, for Bob, for Greg, for Ashley and Tristan, and for Missy and her family. If anyone else has anything that they would like to add to that, we can get started with that. Did you have anyone that you would like to add? Okay. We have someone who's shy over here today. Doesn't want to speak. Let's just take a moment and just ground and center ourselves and send out some love to whoever it is that you have in your heart and your mind that you would like to send out prayers for today. So just close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. And just visualize warmth in whatever color that means to you in your heart. Some people like pink or green. Whatever works for you, just visualizing love in your heart and then imagine sending that out into the world. Focusing on the things that we want rather than the things that we don't want. Bringing love and peace and light to our world. We have a great deal of help from the etheric realms. If you want to call on your spirit guides, your angels, whoever it is that you call on, to help us just bring love out and just flood our whole planet with love. Peace and joy. Send out happiness and safety for those who are out in the elements when it's bitterly cold and snowing, or where there may be earthquakes, fires, whatever the case might be, sending love out to the people and the other animals. Keith, I see that you've joined us. Is there anyone who you would like to put out intention for today? Excuse me. Really just reach out far into the universe. ask our helpers to help us bring love and joy and peace and safety to our planet. I would also like to put out intentions of world peace to our political leaders, to those who have been elected and appointed, to act from their hearts, from their higher selves, from their soul selves rather than ego, to help us bring light and positive change to this world. I know this one can be a little more difficult for people because there's so much divisiveness and anger. But let the love override the anger as you're sending it out today. Okay, thank you. Today we are talking about the law of action. It's one of the 12 universal laws, and it works really in conjunction with the law of attraction. Without action, it's hard to manifest anything. There has to be action taken, and I think that's the part that is often left out when we hear about the law of attraction. We hear about intention, we hear about visualizing what it is that you want to manifest. Whatever that is, whether it's a great relationship, a new home, a new car, a new career, whatever it is that you want to manifest, we've been taught to visualize it. We've been taught to feel positively about it. The part that gets left out is taking action on it. Because I can sit and visualize anything all day long, but if I don't do anything to make it happen, it's not going to happen. As I mentioned, we have a new moon coming up this week, and the new moon is in Capricorn, and Capricorn is all about action. That's what Capricorn is all about, action. Let's get it done. Nose to the grindstone, that's Capricorns. I know, I'm married to one. Very nose to the grindstone. So that just makes sense to really cover the law of action as we're going into this week. Feel free to speak anytime you want to. As she's sitting there quietly. It's okay. It's okay. Action in alignment with feelings, thoughts, intentions. That's really what it is. And as an example, if your intention is to lose 30 pounds this year, but you sit down before bedtime and have a bowl of ice cream, not the most inspired action. Does not get you where you want to go. So it's important to make sure that the action that we're taking is inspired, to make sure that it is something that's going to help us to achieve our goals. It also helps to have fun with the action, making it something you want to do rather than something you have to do. Because when we have to do something, we don't have positive, light, fun feelings about it. We don't feel joy about things we have to do. We feel joy about things we want to do. We take inspired. Okay, so when we sit down, sorry, I'm going to back up just a little bit here. When we're talking about the law of attraction and we sit and we think about things, have you done this? Have you've done that where you sit and you think about what it is that you want to do and where you want to be and all of that? That inspires feelings. That inspires us to want to do something. When we act on what we're inspired on, that's when we really put the action to work in the law of attraction. Does that make sense to you? Okay. If you want to keep your job, you get up and go to work every day. But for most people I know, that's not a want so much as a need. Although there are people who love their jobs like me, and I look forward to every time I get to do something with people and do my work. So my hope for everybody in the world is that they find something that they love as much as I love what I do. Because that is inspired action for me. To get up and do the things that need to be done because I want to do them, because I want to help people and I want to reach out. Does anyone have an example for themselves of how law of action works with them with law of attraction?
No, I have a question.
Okay, what's your question?
If the thing that you want is, say, clean water or something bigger than yourself,
Right.
Would speaking out affirmation be an action?
Yes.
How about a ceremony? Is that
That is an action as well, yes. Thoughts are actions. That's the thing to remember too. The question, in case I don't know how well the speaker works on here, so I'm going to repeat the question, is what if what you want is something bigger than yourself? Say clean water for everybody. So the question was, is intention about that action? Is a ceremony action? Is speaking about it action? Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. What you want to be careful though is to not come at it from a place of lack. Do you understand what I'm saying? You want to be joyful about everybody has clean water. You want to be joyful about being able to share what you have with others, whether it's physically sharing it, like me handing you a glass of water, or whether it's emotionally sharing the joy of everyone having water. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hi, Lauren. Welcome. Glad you're here. So there's thought can be action. Like you said, it's intention. It's what we intend to make happen in the world. And, so going along the clean water line, I know my son is very involved in environmental activism, and he does videos to promote environmental activism and to promote helping people have clean water and to promote getting lawmakers to create regulations so that everybody has clean water, that sort of thing. And so where he's not actually going out and cleaning up the water, he is taking action to make that happen. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, Keith. So focus on what you do have so you can get more of it. That's a big thing there. Being grateful for what we have now. So there are a lot of people who do have clean water. There are a lot of people who do not have clean water. But we want to focus on being grateful for the clean water that is so that we can create more of that. Or we can create cleaning up more water. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just want to make sure I haven't missed any comments here. No, we're good. Okay. So, when that's a really, really good question. I think that's part of why, well, the snowstorm and the cold are another reason I'm very concerned about our homeless friends right now. But that's part of why I brought it up, is because homelessness is bigger than all of us. And what can we do? What actions can we take to help those who are out there living on the streets and living in the cold? And there are a lot of actions we can take. We can donate clothing. We can go out there and share food with them. We can offer warm places for them to stay when it's cold outside. There are a lot of communities or community organizations, I should say, who offer job training, who offer, to help people get where they want to go. And so it's a bigger issue than all of us, but we can do things to help. We can take action to help the situation, even if it's only local. If we help one person, then we've helped. And I think that's part of it too. Taking action to even help one person or one community is still taking action to solve the problem.
And the immediate need.
So
in a snowstorm, the immediate need is to make sure that people are warm and safe so they can
Yes.
live another day, so they can tackle the bigger issues.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And sometimes that's all we can do is what we can do for today. And actually that's all we can ever do is what we can do right now.
Right.
because we live in a linear timeline, we are not able to jump 10 years into the future and do something that's going to affect what's happening now. We have to do it in the here and now. That's when action has to be taken. To do it from love, to do it from joy, to do it out of fun. That's the best way to take action.
There was a homeless shelter on the news, and it might even be the Street Angels. Their immediate need is to have people to stay overnight while the shelter is open because of the legal requirements.
Okay. Did you guys hear that? For anyone who's looking for a way to create action here, she just told me that there are homeless shelters that are looking for volunteers to stay there overnight because there are legal regulations. There have to be people there to make sure that people are being taken care of. I'm not sure what those regulations are, but I'm sure that can be looked up pretty easily.
The story was on Channel 6.
It was on Channel 6?
Yeah, so they have information on their site.
Right, so Channel 6 News has information on their site about that. I'm sure that also if you go to the Facebook page for Street Angels, you can find information on what they need. She would rather not be recognized, so sorry, Keith. She wants to remain anonymous. But thanks for asking. That's nice of you. So if you're inspired to take action to help the people who are going to be facing some struggles and who have last week, before the warm spell when it was really, really cold, there's a lot of people who really needed help, and a lot of those people got help because a lot of other people took action and took inspired action. And that's one of the things that I would like to do here is to take some inspired action. In fact, I will commit to doing that. I will call around and find out what's needed. Because we can donate all kinds of stuff, but if we're just donating stuff to get rid of it, then that's not necessarily helpful to them if they don't need what we're donating. So I will call around in the next, I'll try this afternoon, hopefully someone's answering phones, to find out what it is that they need in the homeless shelters and to find out what Street Angels need to keep their organization going. Joy Glomsky Chappelle says, Street Angels is an amazing organization. I've been helping them for a few years. Thank you for sharing this information. Thank you, Joy. Thank you for doing that. Hi, Christine. Getting back to Joy, if you have any idea what it is that's needed right here, right now, let us know. I'm going to be putting a collection box in our main lobby here in the building to collect things that are needed, absolutely needed. So I'll be putting a list on there. So if somebody has a list of the items that are needed right now, I will be putting that on the box so that when people come into the lobby, they can see that and bring things to put in there that people are going to need. And I will get those things to them as quickly as possible. Inspired action. There you go. All right. Other examples of inspired action, this world is, we can talk about manifesting at a personal level. Right now we've been talking about manifesting at a community level. So, excellent. Thank you, Joy. She's going to share this with Eva and Shelley, who I guess run Street Angels. They're really great people, really great people. I will have one of them get back to you. Thank you, Joy. I appreciate that. You can have them contact us on the Facebook page or send me a message when we're finished and I will give you my phone number. Thanks. The law of action, that's what we're talking about today. And also for those of you who are just joining us, if you have anyone that you would like us to send out intentions or prayers for today, please just type them in the comments so that we can get them out there and put our combined energy into getting those people the love and healing and whatever else it is that they need. And again, for those of you who are local, we have on Wednesday at 6:30, we will be doing our New Moon Spirit Circle. There is no charge for coming to the Spirit Circle. It is for sharing readings with each other, psychic readings with each other. And if you don't feel like you can give a psychic reading, but you want to come and you want to share or you want to receive, that's great. Come on in. We'll set out the donation bucket, but we do not charge for this, for those, or for these Sunday fellowship hours. Add Jenny, please. Okay. So the streetangelsmilwaukee.org Amazon wish list, we have it right here. I'm going to try to, I don't know if I'll be able to post it while we're doing the broadcast, but I will definitely post it after. Some of the things that they need are tents, sleeping bags, backpacks, insect repellent wipes, and sunscreen. I'm not sure about the insect repellent at this point, but what's always needed is men's underwear, socks, deodorant. So if you wanted to go on Amazon and order any of those things, it will get shipped directly to Street Angels of Milwaukee. Christine would like us to remember Nancy Peterson, who is struggling with stage 4 brain cancer. So if we could send some love and healing to Nancy, that would be great. Thanks, Christine. We are always in need of bottled water, food containers, gently used men's clothing, shoes, dry and canned food, and medical and hygiene supplies. And there's information on here. So I will be sharing this information with you after, I'll be posting it on our page after we are done with the broadcast, because I don't know how to do it while we're doing the broadcast. So there's my technical expertise at work right there. All right. So great. This is great. Thank you for sharing this. If you could keep that up, then I can just copy the URL. If you wanted to look up that list for yourself, you can go to streetangelsmke.org, and that list is on there. For those of you who live in other communities, please feel free to take care of the people in your communities too. That would be amazing. So I want to get back to the law of action, and I know we've had a few people join us, so I'm going to be repeating myself. So those of you who've been here a while, thanks for bearing with me. The law of action is what we use in conjunction with the law of attraction to make things happen. And it's done out of joy, it's done out of fun, it's done out of love, taking actions that are congruent with our desires. I see a lot of people post on Facebook. I don't know if you've ever seen this, but I see a lot of people post on Facebook that they can manifest their desires. I can manifest desires all day long. How am I going to take that desire and turn it into something meaningful? That's really, I think, what the law of action does. It takes the desire and it turns it into something meaningful here on earth. So whether that's helping to take care of other people, whether that's something personal, like creating a loving relationship, or if it's bringing a new vehicle into your life, whatever it is, there's an action that goes with it. Words can be actions, thoughts can be actions, and intentions can be actions. But if we actually put some oomph behind it, we get somewhere. Okay? Let's talk about creating relationships. I know that there are some people out there who are just really wanting to create a great relationship in their lives. What actions can you take that's going to create the relationship that you want? And please, anybody, feel free to answer that question. Hi, Lisa. Welcome. I think one of the most... Oh, go ahead.
Listening.
Listening.
Really listening when people talk, to hear what their heart needs. And so if it's encouragement, if it's knowledge, if it is loving words, the words of affirmation, the things they need to hear, I think that helps a lot.
I think you're right. Listening and really being sincere when talking with people and sharing what they need. Absolutely. Good morning, Lisa. It's afternoon here, but that's okay because, different time zones. Lisa, if you have anyone that you would like us to put out intentions or prayers for, please just feel free to type their name in the into your space bar there. can't think of what it's called, but you know what I mean. And we're focusing on taking action to create great relationships. Now that can be a primary relationship like a spouse. That can be friendships, that can be family relationships. What are the actions that we take to create really great relationships? And I think one of the most important actions, this is my personal opinion, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway. I think one of the most important actions that we can take is really working on ourselves. Really paying attention to how we treat people. Really paying attention to how we treat ourselves. It's really, really important, I think, if you want to attract a quality person, or you want your relationships to be of quality, you have to be a quality person first. Or at least be taking steps in that direction. How we treat people, how we talk to people. Like you said, paying attention. Just paying attention to someone is huge, because we spend so much